Good afternoon. It's Sunday, the 24th of November, 2024. It is 8 minutes past 4 in the afternoon here in the UK. Welcome to the channel The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is taking a look at the limited series for the Hyundai i20 N Rally1 Hybrid in Real Racing 3 Update 13. Obviously getting involved in it, but then making a decision. Do we waste any gold completing this series? Already a comment in the chat on the YouTube side. It's Alexander Hikiforov. Welcome along, Alexander. Good to have you back. He says hello. Good to have you join us. Thank you for joining. Right, let's get the iPad shared and let's take a look at what's going on. All right, let's get some volume. And there we go. Right. So I need to do probably a little bit of an explanation because I don't do all the series if I feel there's no value whatsoever in doing a series. So let me explain what I mean by that. So what is available? Obviously the Hyundai i20 N Rally1 Hybrid Limited Series is available. It's telling me I can earn 50 gold, okie dokie, and 5,250. 5,250 VP points. So if you add that to where I am currently, that's not going to earn me any more gold. So it's 50 gold as a reward. And I reckon the car will cost me in the region of 300, 350 gold. So what does it open up? Let's go to motorsports. Let's go to WRC, which is where the car is. The series is already open. It's currently standing at 88%. I've got the Toyota at 56.6, the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid at 47.3, and the Hyundai yet to be open. So there really isn't a likelihood. Bear in mind it's on 44.1 as well. What am I getting back for winning that car is my question. So there's a possibility. So when Real Racing 3 did a promotion in round 2. So if I go into there for the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid Limited Series, they said, hey, you need to win this because there'll be a series exclusive to this car later down the line. I decided to get as far as I could without spending any gold. And then I bought the car with a 20% discount because it was M dollars. Now, the important thing to notice here is it doesn't mean I won't complete the Hyundai, but there's something to notice if you go back to the rounds. Okay. Round 3 is still available, obviously. That's the current round. Round 2 is still accessible. Round 1 is still accessible. Round 8 of season 3 is still accessible. Round 7 will be accessible for another 64 days. Round 6 is about to expire. So what does that mean? Well, if we apply the logic of Real Racing 3 now going to a release every 8 weeks, as they have done now for the last 2 releases, round 2, 1, 8, and 7 was 6 weeks. So 12, 24. So we've got potentially another 3 releases to come out in terms of rounds. So another 3 rounds to come out, and I still be able to access. So let me go into there. Access the old limited series if I've bought the car. So I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I think right now this is a waste of gold. So what I'm going to do is obviously go in and I am going to race the car. I'm going to upgrade it, but only if it's M dollars. The moment it switches to gold, I'm not interested because it's a cost of gold with no reward back. And all you have to do once you've got as far as you can is once it then gets released, put a 20% discount and purchase the car for M dollars, which you can earn every day. And we know how hard it is to earn gold every day. Everyone knows how hard it is to earn gold every day. So gold is precious. So if there's no value getting gold back, my opinion, there's no point in spending gold to win the car. So for me at this moment in time, my focus is getting the road collection up to 73% and getting the motorsports collection up to, getting the road collection up to 100% and getting the motorsports higher than 61%. If a car becomes available to win, but I have to spend 300 gold and it doesn't help me achieve that, it has no value to me. So that's how I'm approaching the game. That's how I'm trying to, on top of earning gold, making sure I maximize where I spend that gold. In the YouTube chat on Lee Melvin says hello. Hello, Lee. Welcome along. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining. But that being said, I will obviously have a go and see how far I can get. Because even though I'm going to have to spend some M dollars, I've got 4 million, so that should be fine. I'll be able to build that back up, ready for the Formula One event, which comes out in 6 days, well, 7 days' time. 6 days' time. Saturday, isn't it? I think. Might be Sunday. Not sure. Saturday or Sunday. So I will make sure I've got enough M dollars for that event. And that will be the last F1 event, apparently, for the 2024 season. Okay, so let's take a look. It's a shame because I bet you any money this is a lovely car to race in. Let's do the speed record. I've got instant servicing and instant upgrades for only 3 hours. So the engine, and straight away, 44 gold. Drivetrain, 42 gold. We're up to 86 already. Not that I'm going to spend that. 38. This is crazy. 40. 32. 30. In fairness, it looks a little bit cheaper than the Ford. 38. So we've got 7 upgrades now, all with gold. So that's plus 4. Let's plus 6. Plus 4. Still at plus 4. Minus 4 now. Yeah, Tony, what are you doing? You'll find out. Minus 14. Minus 16. So it's 280 minus 16. I mean, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I'm still not going to do it, though. I'd still rather keep the gold because I know what is potentially around the corner in regards to cars with discounted upgrades that will open up series and will enable me to complete existing series. But we've applied 7 upgrades. We all know what this means. It means that this car will only be able to get up to 24% at this moment in time unless I apply another upgrade. Let's get racing. Speed record. Let's just go round, see what happens. Immediate reaction, this car's quite cool. I like it. I like the brake lights on this car. You don't say that about many cars, do you? Oh, I like the brake lights. It's another car you know that's going to struggle going uphill. In the same way the Ford Puma did, you know this car will as well. You can just hear that engine. It doesn't pair. It's almost in pain when it's at the top speeds. Look, you can hear it now. It's like, oh, it's hurting. But there we go. That's another win. It's the first victory today. But you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. I can potentially earn my M dollars back. So that's good. There we go. Tell me what you think in the chat. Are you going to spend money, spend gold to win this car? I am intrigued. Let me know. So head-to-head, I like my head-to-heads. I do like this car. This is a nice car to drive. But you can tell it will struggle going uphill. So you do wonder if there'll be another speed record later on in this series that stops you from being able to win this car in the same way that it stopped you from being able to win the Ford Puma unless you applied an extra upgrade beyond the 3 upgrades in either engine or drivetrain or body even, or maybe even exhaust. Oh, lost it a bit there. Oh dear. Getting a bit carried away there. Lee has he's got this new car, but Lee has got 21,000 pieces of gold. So it probably, if it's only 250, that's probably not really cost you a great deal. So I don't blame you in your position. It does depend on where you are in the game. Now, I would say if you're new to the game and this is the first car you've got of winning to open up the WRC series, it absolutely makes sense to win this car. It actually looks like it costs a lot less gold than the other 2 cars. So, yeah. Wouldn't blame you if that was your position. But my position is I've already got a car in that series. I've already opened that series. There's no value for spending gold, winning a car when I don't get any reward back. And as I said, if I purchase the car, which is M dollars, I still have the opportunity, even when this update gets superseded, of racing in this limited series at a later date. If a series in the game becomes available that is exclusive to to the Hyundai. Wait a minute. I think I might have just answered my own question. It wouldn't surprise me if what Real Racing 3 did is they created exclusive series for each of these hybrid cars. That wouldn't surprise me. So instead of having to take it up to instead of having to just win the car, to compete in its exclusive event, you have to fully upgrade it. Now, I'm hypothesizing here, but that wouldn't surprise me. Now, Lee said he spent 264 gold. There we go. So I think I said it was 16. It was 7 times. Oh, 2.8. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically, Lee, you upgraded to 3 across the board. I don't want to waste any gold on this car. I'll be honest. As nice a car as it is. Happy spending M dollars on it because I can easily make the M dollars back. But gold, not so much. Let's have a look and see what it's like inside. Pretty basic. It is, after all, a rally car. But look, there we go. Look, it's struggling already. 120. That is something I've noticed about all 3 of these rally cars. They just don't like going uphill. But again, that's another really cool feature in the game, that it's able to capture how each car is different and how they respond to the different elements of a track. You can't help but like that. Yep, there. Yeah, Lee says all 3 upgrades. Yep, yeah. So no problem with a speed record this time then. That's good to hear. Tier 1 done, 6% on the board, Tier 2 open. Let's just have 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's do the endurance. There we go. Oh. So I've not even done a mile. This is a short lap. So there we go. I'm in 7th. Just hold back because I don't know if I'm going to... Oh, easily. There we go. Hold back until I'm below 80 seconds late for this car. There we go. So this still looks pretty easy, to be fair. There we go. About to get 6. A random kid has joined the YouTube chat and says, hi. Well, welcome, a random kid. Strange name, but welcome along. Glad to have you with us. Hope your Sunday's been good. There we go. Halfway there, just about. Oh, off the track, back on it. Up into fifth. Three miles on the board. I think I've got to get to just over 6. That shouldn't be problematic, even with my bad driving there. Oh, off the track. About to get 4th. Went off. Bumped off, some might say. It's not a bad little car, this, which again is what I said about the Ford Puma, but I don't understand what the problem is with opening up though an additional series, possibly even a series with just the one car in. I'm now convinced, having just talked about it, that when they open up a series with just this car in or just the Ford Puma in, it's going to be an exclusive series and you're going to have to upgrade it to 100%. I'm almost convinced of it now. It's the sort of thing, unfortunately, Real Racing 3 have a habit of doing. I mean, look at this release. Effectively, there was one new series added that anyone could race in. They had another series that wasn't touched, that this car's going into, and then the F1 2024 series that just had some extra tiers added, i.e. the Brazilian Grand Prix, because that only debuted last month. Yet, on the exclusive side, you had 10 F1 Invitational Series, and that's the equivalent of an exclusive event because you have to have the F1 car fully upgraded. And in addition to that, three exclusive series as well. So they seem to be in the habit of adding exclusive series at this moment in time and not series within the game. And that makes it very expensive to play and very expensive to achieve. I'm not having a rant. I promise. I'm making observations. 28,000. Just out of interest, Lee, then, did you just do it in one day? Because surely you'll have topped out your 250,000 dollars for the day. I mean, I would have done it even if I was going to go ahead and win this car. I would not have done it in one day. I would have done it up to 250, up to the 250,000 dollar cap, and then race again tomorrow, and then take it up to the tomorrow's 250,000 dollar cap. That's how I would have done it, because otherwise you're losing dollars. And although dollars are not as valuable as gold, they're more valuable than our dollars. But that's what I would have done. Luffy enters the chat on the YouTube side and goes, "Yo, welcome, Luffy. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining." %8 elimination. Oh, this car is struggling. Look at that. Ooh. I was wondering if I'd actually get out of last place there, but I did. Now I'm up into second, and now I'm in first. So 6 cars left in the battle. I am in first. I am driving like a madman. Can't stay on the track. Luffy now goes, bro. Oh, okay, all right, fair enough. Hello. And now I've lost me place because I wasn't focusing on the driving. Never do that in real life, people. But this is just a game, so it doesn't matter. Oh, it's struggling. Look at that. Oh. You can hear the car just like screaming in pain, or rather the engine. It's literally screaming ouch. £127 mph. I wonder what the actual top speed is because it's not going any faster. And again, I mean in terms of my current car with the upgrades that I've got applied to it. So I'm in first. There's only second left. This should be okay. I just need to focus. On completing. There we go. Luffy asks, where are you, bro? I am in the UK. I live in the northern part of England, not too north, sort of like in Yorkshire. So there we go. Not originally from Yorkshire, originally from the Midlands, East Midlands in England, but now I live in Yorkshire. They let me in. The Yorkshire lads let me in through their passport security. They don't really have passport security in Yorkshire. Anyone can come in, apparently. Never mind. That's a story for another day. Right, okay, so elimination done. I just want to check. Right, so I got up to 127 miles per hour, and the car's top speed is 129 miles per hour. Luffy's put there from India. Okay, well, welcome along. Good to have you with us. It's probably a good time there later on in the evening. Yeah, welcome along. Now, I've not even done 2 tiers, and I'm only 2 PR points away from not being able to race in the cup. So, what are we at? 11%. Okay, so probably only going to be able to do one more cup, and then that'll, in the 4th tier, I'll get to 24%, and that'll be it, unless I decide to put an upgrade on, which, spoiler alert, I don't think I'm going to do. But the racing's not going to end there today. We got some stuff to do. So I'm up to 7th. Make that 6th. Make that 5th. So 2 lap special. I reckon I can be in first before the end of this lap. Trying to go down the inside. Might be a bit dangerous. Oh, into second. Looking good for the win again. Oh, a little bit hard. That was a bit nasty. Bit too fast into that corner, hence the skidding. That was a bit better. There we go. So as I predicted, first by the end of lap 1, how far ahead am I of second? Over 100 yards. There we go. $250 yards ahead. I'm on the final lap. It is looking good for a win. Oh, lost it. Not enough to be caught though. Look at that, I'm 400 yards ahead almost. So that's another win. There we go. Not too bad at all. So a bit more volume. One other thing to do, hopefully. If I can find it. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Right, so 16,900 there. I'm almost at 100,000 already. So again, this is something that people probably want to consider if they're doing, if they're going to ahead to complete this car or this limited series to 100%, which is you're gonna hit the cap of $250,000 a day. So you are best of, I think, of doing it up to the 250,000 $10 and then waiting until tomorrow. Now the thing is, what was earned the other day, or you should have earned the other day if you completed the Red Inferno event, is you do have a free and instant servicing of 1 hour. So if it was me, what I would do is I would race this car until I hit the 250,000 $10 limit, and then stop there, and then race it again tomorrow. And then once I've raced it and it needs servicing, invoke the free and instant servicing of 1 hour, and then you'll be able to take that car up to its 250,000 $10 limit tomorrow as well. And I think that'll probably put you in the range of about 80%. And then obviously on day 3, you'd look to complete this series. That I think that is how I would do it if I had any intention of winning this car. Luffy, thank you for joining. Goodbye. Good to have you with us. Yeah, get a good night's sleep. Right. Okay. What's next? So back into the game, and now on tier 3. Let's do the autocross. You can hear the car struggling. Nevertheless, that was an easy victory. Okay. What have we got next? Car needs servicing. It's free and it's instant. Skip the video. Speed snap. Circuit of America's club circuit. 123. Oh, that's quite high. And it's uphill. Ugh. Might have got first though, I did. Can't have been too far ahead of second. And that must have been close. This car just can't handle hills. There we go. Ahead by 2.2 of a second. Right, so another cup, Circuit de Catalunya, national circuit. More than likely the last cup I can race in unless I upgrade the car. Let's see how we get on. So I'm up into 8th, made that 7th. Oh, I'm off the grass though. Oh, I messed that up big time. Or rather, I'm on the grass. So I got to go again. So I'm up to 7th, up to 6th, and now I'm losing it. Oh dear. So obviously I'm behind target, and now I'm pushing too hard. Let's see if we can make amends. I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to do this again. Look at that. It's struggling. So I'm up into 4th. I mean, even if I don't win, I've only got to go and get 3rd. So, and that'll open up the next tier. And then I'll come back and do this cup again once I've done everything else that I can do. Catching up on 3rd. I don't think I'm going to get 1st. Not this time anyway. It was my own fault. I did go on the grass and slow down. But I've still done enough to open up the next tier by finishing 3rd. Possibility of getting 2nd, won't get 1st. There we go, we got 2nd. I'll make do with that. It's another opportunity to earn some mem dollars. because I'll have to race. I'll have to do that cup again. $11,000. There we go. So I'm already at $100,000. Okay, there we go. So tier 4, 48.7, and my car's only 48.5. So no surprise there. I can't do the cup. So let's do the drag race. Oops. There we go. Worst case scenario, third. Oh, so close. Just managed to win that one. Just managed to win it. There we go. Skip video, speed record, 21% currently. It's the Hockenheim Ring, but it's the short track. So I reckon the fastest part of this track is not after this corner, but after the next turn. After this here, so I'll probably slow down so I can accelerate out of it, give myself a good chance to get a really good top speed. I'm also going to turn off any brake assist because I'm not bothered if I go flying off so long as I finish first. And look, this car is struggling. And I did go flying off. Oh. So yeah, another little tip there on speed records. If you're struggling to win it, just don't apply the brakes where you would normally, would be my advice, and go flying off if that means you get a first. There's no penalty for doing it, so you got to take any advantage you can get in this game, I think. There we go. So that's another first. Slightly cheeky way of doing it, but did it nevertheless. Only $5,500 or just over $109,000 in total. $50 minutes into the stream. I really can't go any further. I'm at 23%, and I'm confident if I win this cup, it'll be 24% and no more. So let's see if we can do a little bit better on this one. I did make a mistake the first time I did it. Round the outside this time, up into 10th, make that 8th, make that 6th, 5th. This is where I made the mistake last time. Don't go off track. Up into 4th. There we go. I've got 3rd. Confident I've got 2nd. I've got a lap to get 1st. There we go. I'm on his tail. We're both struggling at this speed. There we go. I've got 1st this time. Should have done that first time, but you know, that's how it goes. But and now he's right on my tail now after that mistake. It's only 8 yards. 8 yards ahead. No, he's 50 yards behind. 8 yards behind. He's now 50 yards behind. So that little risk there seems to have passed. So I should win this now. There we go. 50 yards ahead. Accelerate out the corner. And that's as far as I can take this series. But I'm not worried because I know I've effectively got 32 weeks, 4 releases. And if they release another series for this car, I can still go back in if I've purchased the car, which I will do. It's only $M. There's no gold involved. To whatever gets released, race in that series, and to go back to this a limited series. That's what I'm going to do. And therefore not waste any gold on something that's not going to provide me any new races, any new series, any new gold. 24%, that's as far as I'm taking it. Now, that doesn't mean the stream's over. We're going to have a little bit of fun elsewhere. So, Liani Ramley has asked the important question: is this car worth getting? I would say it depends very much on whether you have a car already in the WRC series. If you've opened up that series, I would say the car isn't worth getting. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because you're not getting any reward. You're not getting any new series opened up, which means you're not going to be able to earn any gold. And it looks like you can win that car by going 3 upgrades across the board. But that means the second upgrade is gold, and it's going to cost you 264 gold. So you need to upgrade to level 3 across the board in each of the 7 upgrades area, and that's going to cost you 264 gold. So if you're not getting any gold back, I would say it's not worthwhile doing. And indeed, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to take it any further. But what I will do, and this is what I did in the previous round with the Ford Puma Rally 1, both cars aren't going to cost you are not going to cost you gold to buy. They're going to cost you $M. So if you apply a 20% discount you can purchase that car for about 160,000. Sorry, 1.6 million dollars. So I think that's easier to do than waste 264 gold on upgrading the car to win the car and then not be able to use it in any new series. But as I've sort of said, if you have purchased the car, the limited series remains available. So this is the Ford Puma, and it's still available for me, even though it was in the last release, and it will remain available, I think, for let me just go in. Sorry, for 32 more weeks. So if in the next 32 weeks, which is four releases, they bring out a series in the WRC that just has that car worth doing, you can race that car in that series, but also go back to the limited series and attempt to complete that. And I think then that becomes more viable in terms of the cost of gold. So that's what I would do. Chewing Hufnig is in the chat as well. Welcome along. He's put this game does have a Hyundai 2014, and they've forgotten to put it in the WRC Motorsport. Indeed. Again, it's another question. Will they add additional series in future releases? I've got a sneaky feeling what they'll do is they'll have an exclusive series for these cars going forward. It wouldn't surprise me, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Is also put same for Mercedes GT3, which were also GT3 type cars, but they were not put in the motorsports. Yeah. Is it again? In fairness, the problem with the motorsport section is it is a little bit of an afterthought. There never used to be a separate motorsport section. So what they have done as well is they have moved some bits over. So not all the races in motorsports you win M dollars. Sometimes you win R dollars. It's just one of those things where they've just got the one section, and then like 5 years after Real Racing 3 gets released, they decide to split it up into two sections. There's not a lot you can do about that. But it would be nice if they could tidy that up, but never mind. Right, okay, so that's as far as I'm going to take this car. As I said, for me, because I've already got the WRC Rally Series open, it's not worth spending any gold on winning this car, especially as you can just purchase the car later on in this release at a discounted price for M dollars. So what am I going to do next? I'm going back now. Look at this. For those that have seen my racing in multiple series, of which there's been 4 parts up to this point. Carla Real Racing 3 says hi. Welcome along. Thanks for joining. Good to have you with us. For those that have been seeing my multiple races in multiple series, of which there have been 4 parts, you'll have seen I've got to a point on this time trial, and I think initially it was a few days ago when I was 0.4 away from Group C. I've not been able to set a better time, but slowly but surely my time is creeping closer to Group C, and that is because everybody who's new racing in the time trial are clearly setting a time that is worse than mine at this moment in time. So I really do think I can get into Group C. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to have 3 attempts on this. Let's see how we get on. Okay, I was ahead. I'm now behind. I almost got that spot on. It is nip and tuck. There we go. Oh, so close. Oh, I forgot to service the car. Well, that messed up, didn't it? Oh well, never mind. So, I mean, the good news is on Monday I will do part 5 of racing in multiple series. So you'll be able to come along and see if I do achieve that, or will come tomorrow. I already be in Group C. I will still do those races. I'd completely forgotten about that. It's been a busy day today. Never mind. In regards to what I'm going to do next, Truman says, the last corner you broke too deep. Well, if I get it right, I can brake early and accelerate out, but I didn't get it right. So, yes, I accept your criticism, but there's still quite a few chances left. Right, so in road collection, I'm going to do some more on the Stradale experience. What am I going to do? I'm just going to use the one car. I'm not going to use the one car. I am going to use the one car. I'm going to do that. Let's give, yeah, because I don't think I can do that. No. So let's give this a go. And then there'll be one race left to take from third to first in tomorrow's stream. Oh, gap. No gap. Into the back of a car. That was nasty. A little bit erratic there. Never mind. Up into 12th. Fortunately, it's 6 laps. I do like this car. I don't like it at night though, and I've already lost my light, so it's even harder for me to see what's going on. Oh, I almost got pushed off there as well. So I'm up into 10th. 9 cars to overtake and 5 laps to do it in after this lap. So up into 8th. Oh, lost it again. All over the place. It's definitely hard to drive around the track when you've smashed your lights up. At least in the dark, that is. So 7 cars to overtake, 5 laps to go. It's doable, but I do need to improve on the first lap. That's 1 car down. So I'm up into 6. 5 cars to overtake, 4 laps after this. I think it's on for the win. I can get 2 here, almost. So I'm up into 4th. I can spend next lap focusing on just catching the pace setters. And they are all quite close together. Not with driving like that, I will though. Always the problem when you're chasing, you do tend to try too hard. There we go. Three laps to go after this one. 3 cars to overtake. There we go. Right in the tail of third now. Oh, I wasn't paying it. Oh dear. I was not paying attention then. So I've got it all to do again. 3 laps, 3 cars to overtake. So that means I'm not going to pay attention to the chat for the next few laps because I probably will have to focus just to catch these two. He said, looking at the chat, now what might come into play is back markers, and that might be beneficial to me because the other opponents are always terrible at overtaking back markers for some reason. So they'll slow down and I'll catch them up. I'm driving like a madman at the moment. I do apologise. Oh, come on. Now I'm trying too hard. I probably won't do better than third, I'm afraid. But I'll tell you what, there is a back marker coming up, so maybe there's an opportunity. It just depends where they catch them. Quite often I'll lose it at that corner. There we go. See, there we go. See, they've caught the back marker and they've slowed right down. Always the case. They have now overtaken them, but I've literally done it straight away and I'm right on the tail now. Back markers for the win, I say. And there's another one coming up. And I'll just speed past all 3 of them. There we go. I do love it when back markers help you out. Now it isn't over because second is right on my tail. I'm just going to let him move alongside me. And I've still got the inside line, so I should pull away. There we go. Oh, there we go. Wow. Five, 8, 9 gold at this moment in time. I'm not going to get any more gold today. And I think I'll call an end to the race in there. Because obviously this stream was mainly about the Hyundai. So let's just do a brief review. So the problem with the Hyundai is, although it's a nice car to race, it's going to cost you approximately 264 gold to win it. Now, you do get 50 gold back from the series itself, but after that, there's not an opportunity to race the car in any new series, or indeed does it open up any new series and therefore grant you the opportunity of earning some more gold back. So the car is a net loss of, for me, of 214 gold. So I've come to the conclusion that therefore it's easier just to race as far as you can in regards to M dollar upgrades. Let the limited series count down. Once that occurs and the limited series, technically speaking, ends, the car then becomes available to purchase. The car is the car doesn't cost gold to purchase; it costs M dollars. So I feel if you apply, like I could, if I just go to one of my other rounds. So let's just go to last month's, for example. Into the rewards, I've got a 15% discount. Ooh, got some service in there as well, and I've got a 20% discount. I would apply a 20% discount and then purchase the Hyundai for M dollars. Once you do that, the limited series opens up. It will remain open until the series itself, not so much when it ends, but when it disappears off off the history. So for example, it's exactly what I did in round 2 for the Ford Puma Rally1. That was going to cost me a lot of gold and not open up any new series, and therefore it would cost me gold and not earn me any gold. That series, though, is still available. So I can wait now for the 4 next releases and see whether or not Real Racing 3 adds either another series to the WRC section, and whether or not those series have just the one car in, and therefore it becomes a little bit more there's more rewards by upgrading a car that it can only compete in, because you get in a gold reward for doing the 25% in that series, and also a gold reward for doing the 25% in the limited series. That's how I'm going to approach it. Now, it doesn't mean that will occur, but I just think in terms of maximizing what you use your gold for, that makes sense to me. Now, one of the guys in the chat, Lee's got lots of gold. It makes sense that if you've got plenty of gold and it doesn't impact what you're doing in the game, that you take that limited series to completion. It is all about whether or not 264 gold. It's all about whether or not you can afford to give up 264 gold in your game. At this moment in time, I cannot, so I'm not going to do it. But again, it's all about what the situation is for you in your game. If you've not opened up the WRC event yet, then it probably is worthwhile completing the limited series, because you'll get 50 gold back on the limited series, and then you'll have a car that will probably be able to get to 75% in the WRC series, and you'll earn gold at 25, 50, and 75%. It becomes a much more palatable way of winning a car and earning gold back from it. But for me, it's a no-no, I'm afraid. Um, Drawings puts me interest in the chat. I wasn't aware of that. He says that following the release of motorsports, specifically F1, many beginners chose motorsports than road collection. Well, it's interesting you say that, because what I've noticed, I've got two other people that are friends of mine into this game, and the opening game now is a motorsports game. So if you're new to Real Racing 3, the first opportunity you have of winning a car is in motorsports. So that's probably why they're probably guided down that path. The thing about motorsports, though, I notice, is you never get discounted opportunities, or very rarely. So all the discounts that are available on cars typically are on the road collection side. But there we go. So for me, I'm not going to complete the Hyundai Limited Series. I will purchase the car with a discount once it becomes available, and that will mean the Limited Series will remain open for me even after this particular release has ended, and it will remain open probably for at least another 4 releases. So there might be an opportunity to complete it in the future if there are other WRC series added. Okay, so there we go. So that brings an end to this particular live stream. Appreciate it's a little bit short, and appreciate you probably wanted me to complete the limited series, but for me, it just isn't worthwhile. It costs gold and doesn't allow me to get a car that can then earn me gold back. So I'm going to pass on that. Nevertheless, I hope you've enjoyed the racing that I have done, and I hope overall you've enjoyed the stream. There will be another live stream tomorrow. It will be part 5 of the Races in Multiple Series mini series, and the time will be at 6 p.m. on Monday. That's 6 p.m. UK time. So, with that being said, all that it remains for me to say is to wish you all, whatever remains of your day, a good one, and to say thank you and goodbye.